Hello. Today we're going to talk about skin. So first things first, before you start applying anything, you need to prepare your base. So foundation, primer and SPF are essential. I would say SPF you should be wearing all the year round, regardless of the season and regardless of where you live. I like to use a primer and SPF combined. It's just more economical and it's quicker. So the one I use is an Obagi product, which is a skincare range that I use, and MAC also do a very good sort of primer and SPF 50 product, which I also use when I can't get that one. So we're going to apply our primer and SPF combined on our face, all over, and a little bit on the forehead, of course. If you're on holiday, particularly in very strong sun, I mean, I sort of go a bit more lavish with it then, and then of course I'm always wearing a hat, which I hope you will too, to protect your skin, and keeping in the shade when I can too. It's lovely to look a bit tanned, but we all know that skin does get terribly damaged by the sun, so it's really important to protect it. So a little bit on the neck as well, and then we're good to go. Foundation, I use a Bobbi Brown product. Now this is Intensive Skin Serum Foundation. This has also got SPF in it, but you can't have too much of a good thing. This is SPF 40. It's a really nice foundation. It gives good coverage, but it still looks very light. It's not very obvious. It blends very nicely and it gives a very nice finish, quite a sort of soft finish, and not too shiny, but sort of like a satin finish, which is good when you've got, particularly like me, a little bit oily. So what we then do is we just press it all over. Don't worry too much about blending it in, because we are going to use a brush in a minute, but just dab it on all over and sort of press it into those little nooks and crannies. If you've got any wrinkles, pores, that kind of thing, just press it in so that it covers. I also put a little bit on the neck just to smooth it out a little bit, just a little bit on the back of the hand there. And you can see already that the evening out of the tone is pretty successful and softening, and generally look a lot healthier. So then what I do is to add a bit of sort of contour, so that you haven't got sort of a flat colour to your face. I use a little bit of a tinted moisturiser. I'm using a Laura Mercier one. This is in sand, and in the summer I tend to use a lot more of this when I want to look sort of properly tanned. But this I do really to add a little bit of a healthy glow, and as I say, to create some sort of contouring in the face. Again, don't worry too much about blending. I'm putting a little bit on the temples. I've gone onto the cheekbones and across the nose and just on the chin, and these are sort of the places where you might be a little bit warmer anyway, and if you did catch a little bit of sun, that's where you catch it. And put a tiny little bit down the front of the neck as well, just again to create that little bit of glow and to make sure that everything is in line colour wise. So once we've done that, we're going to blend it, and we use foundation brush, flat foundation brush, and blend it that way. Some people like to apply foundation with a brush. I don't. I find that it wastes quite a lot of product because a lot gets left in the brush, and it can still look a little bit uneven. Doing it this way, you put it where you want it, and then you blend it all in, and it's much more A, economical product, and B, I think it gives you a nice light but well blended effect. And you can see there that now, you can see I've got cheekbones and I've got a little bit of contouring here, and I just look a little bit healthier, a bit more of a glow on there. Then we have concealer. At the moment I'm using a NARS concealer. This is nice because it's liquid and it goes on with a little wand like this. So you just dab it wherever you need it, obviously under eyes. That's probably the area that most people feel they need a little bit of extra. Blend it with your fingers. I have been using, or trying to use, a cosmetic sponge, but I actually find that, again, you lose quite a lot of product in the sponge, and it can actually take off as much as it puts on. A little bit down the nose. You tend to have a little vein problem in your nose, like I do. Let's just check that. That's better. So that's my concealer. And then blusher is a great product. It's pencil, intense matte lip and cheek pencil. This one is actually in Tamed. It's a lovely colour. It's kind of a rosy pinky colour, and what I'm going to do is just draw it onto my cheeks. You can use it on the lips as well, as the name implies. They do a huge range of colours as well. It's a really nice product. You get it from Space NK, and it's great for travelling as well, because obviously in pencil form it's very portable. So when you're putting on blusher, a lot of people will say go for the apples of the cheeks and all the way around. I actually think go on the side of your face, on the just full appley bit there, rather than right round the front, because you know you're not a little dolly, you're a grown-up lady, so you want to look more sort of sophisticated and not too sort of poppy rosy cheeked. So it's just a little bit of blusher there, which just helps also to accentuate those cheekbones. That's a great product. Then after that, we're going to do some powder just to set it. I absolutely love Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's such a great brand. I'm using Charlotte Tilbury these days a lot. I use a pressed powder, her Flawless Finish, and it really is very, very good. It gives a really soft finish. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like you're wearing powder. And I use quite a natural colour, so I can use it all the year round. It doesn't really impart a lot of colour. It just softens, blurs the lines, and gives a nice finish, but not, as you'll see, not too matte, but like almost like a satiny finish. I also always use a big powder brush, even with a pressed powder, because it just, again, you get a much nicer finish that way. I even have a little tiny one for my handbag, so I can do it when I'm out as well, and I don't have to use a flat sort of compact sponge, which can sort of really put too much product on, and you just really want to light dusting. I tend to use it on my T-zone more than anything else, and you can see that it just sets in quite a sort of nice soft finish there. Again, it's really good at erasing blemishes and lines and things, or at least concealing them. It's an excellent product, can't speak highly enough of that. So that's the powder. And then I also like to put a little bit of shading under my cheekbones, just to emphasise them a little bit more. And I use such a popular product. This is NARS bronzer, and in the summer, obviously I'm using this much more over my face to give myself a tanned look, but this is really just to create a little bit of contouring under the cheekbones in the winter. So I'm literally just dabbing it. I'm not putting an awful lot on, and I'm just looking at where my cheekbones hollow, and I'm just going under the cheekbone a tiny bit there, so you can just see that you're just creating a little bit more shadow just under there, but it's very subtle like that. And then you can see how the contouring works. So there we are. So that's it. It's relatively quick and simple, and if you use the tinted moisturiser for your contouring, I do find that lasts all day, and it is very subtle. If you want a more full-on look, obviously you can use a bronzer as well, but I think the tinted moisturiser does work extremely well. So that's it for my foundation tutorial. Any questions, as always, let's have them please, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and stay glamorous.